were resting outside the city council buildings, awaiting a decision on the school based on hearing the results of the voting. Erupted in cheer, happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before.
Right. The voting erupted in cheers, happy to know the school would continue to operate as before. The protesters were gathered. They were gathered outside the city council building. They were gathered. They weren't scattered. They weren't scattered. They were gathered. To be scattered is to be every which way at once. Scattered. He picked up the seeds and scattered them over the field. Scattered. But in this case, they were gathered. Gathered together. Like a group. In a group, they were gathered in a group outside the city council building waiting for the decision. They were gathered outside the building. Okay.
The protesters who were gathered outside the city council's building, awaiting a decision on the school's fate on hearing the result of the voting, erupted in cheers. Happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before.
Right, very good. The protesters who were gathered outside the city council building awaiting a decision on the school's fate. And on hearing the results of the voting, erupted in cheers. Happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before. Okay.
The protesters who were together outside the city containing buildings awaiting decision on the school file on hearing the result of the voting
Erupted
in change. Happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before.
Right. The school would continue to operate. He is going to be operated on at the hospital. There will be an operation performed by the doctor. An operation. And the school would continue to operate, continue to teach the children as before. The operations of the school would continue as before. Gathered, decision, fate, voting, erupted. Okay.
The protesters who were gathered outside the city council building awaiting a decision on the school fate on hearing the result of the voting elected in cheer, happy to know that the school would continue to operate and before.
The school would continue to operate as before, as before, as before, as before. Protesters who were gathered outside the city council building awaiting a decision on the school's fate. And on hearing the results, 5-4, we won. They erupted in cheers, happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before. as before. Okay.
The protesters who were gathered outside the city council building awaiting a decision on the school fate. On hearing the result of the voting elected, each year happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before.
As before, right, very good. The school would continue to operate as before. Gathered, decision, faith, erupted. Okay, go ahead.
The protesters who were gathered outside the city council building awaiting a decision on the school's fate. On hearing the results of voting erupted in class, in cheers, happy to know that the school would continue operate as before.
Right, very good. The voting erupted in cheers, happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before. Who were gathered outside, awaiting a decision on the school's fate. Okay.
The protesters who were gathered outside the city council building await a decision on school's fate. On hearing the result of the voting erupted in cheers, happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before.
Right, very good. Gathered outside the city council building awaiting a decision. A decision. Okay.
The protesters who were gathered outside the city council building, awaiting a decision on the school's fate. On hearing the results of the voting erupted in cheers, happy to know that the school will continue to operate as before.
They continue to operate as before. Very good. Awaiting a decision on the school's fate. On hearing the results of the voting, erupted in cheers. Happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before. Okay.
The protesters who were gathered outside the city council building, awaiting a decision on the school fate. On hearing the results of the voting erupted in cheers, to have happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before.
Right, very good. Voting erupted in cheers. Happy to know that the school would continue to operate as before. So, the protesters, the group that was against the closing of the school, they wanted the school to be open, and they were against the mayor's decision to close the school. And they were gathered, they were together as a group outside the city council building. They were gathered together. Let's gather together, everybody. The city council has reached a decision. They're going to announce it any moment. Let's gather together and hear what the final vote was. They gathered. They didn't scatter, they gathered. To scatter is to run every which way at once. They scattered, the crowd scattered. They ran this way, they ran that way. But in this case, they gathered. Outside the city council building, waiting, and waiting, in Casablanca. Waiting for a final decision. What is the vote? What happened on the school's fate? What will happen to the school? What will the fate of the school be? Will it stay open or will it close forever? The fate is in the hands of the city council. Yes? No? Ooh. On hearing the results, the voting erupted. on the island of Sicily, off the coast of Italy, there is a volcano. A volcano. That volcano's name, Etna. Etna. And every once in a while, maybe every 100 years or every 75 years, the volcano will erupt. And the lava will spill out over the sides of the volcano. The lava spilling out over the volcano. What happened? Mount Etna erupted. The protesters, when they heard the vote, erupted. Similar idea. They just didn't stand there and say, oh, we won, let's go home. No, they erupted in cheers. Rah, rah, oh, did you hear that? We won, the school stays open. The results, and they erupted in cheers. Oh, wonderful, 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 wonderful. Happy to know they were glad. Oh, so excited to know that their children would be able to continue in the same school, under the same teacher and principals as the school had operated in the past, as before. As before. So, gathered, decision, faith on hearing the results of the voting erupted. It's as if everybody jumped up out of their seats right here in the class and started cheering. Oh, the class erupted. Whoa, what the heck's going on? And you're happy to know that the school would continue to function, to operate, to teach children as they taught them in the past. Are there any questions about the words? The meaning of the words? Erupted, gathered, decision, operate. To function, to perform, to operate as before.